All right, guys. Well, we've got at least a couple of some news and breakdowns that have been coming out of OTAs and training camp. Find out exactly all of our thoughts here on Charger Syndicate. What's going on, you guys? Jake Silva here on Charger Syndicate, giving you everything LA Chargers news. If it is your first time ever here up on the channel, I encourage you guys to like, subscribe, hit the bell button to keep you up to date on future past videos that are going to be coming out here as we are in OTAs and training camp. The Chargers are basically been off to a hot start so far since training camp has begun, and a lot of names have basically been pointed out. And we're going to be breaking them down bit by bit, what we should expect, at least from offensively and defensively, moving forward for the Chargers 2024 season. So one of the things that we've mentioned is Justin Herbert going to end up throwing the ball more often, which has been the big question mark from everybody. And in OTAs, yes, he has. He's been slinging the ball left and right, trying to build all of the connections that he can possible with all of his receiving cores from Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey, Brendan Rice, and multiple others, including now newly DJ Chark. So there's been a lot of connections that really has been looking good for the Chargers for the most part. Some of the updates that we have is Quentin Johnston's been looking really good up in camp. He's been utilizing his hands a lot, and to the point where his sophomore season is going to be a big-time upbringing, and that's what's going to be exciting for Charger fans moving forward. But the other thing is, Justin Herbert and Ladd McConkey have been off to a hot start since the start of OTAs. These guys are definitely building that big-time connection, one-on-ones, and at the same time, Ladd McConkey with his great speed, great cuts, is one thing that really is going to help out for the Chargers after losing Keenan Allen, one of their best route runners. Ladd McConkey is going to step up in some of those spots to where he could basically utilize a lot of his route running skills and at the same time serve to be a valuable target for Justin Herbert moving forward with this offense. But at the same time, too, Brendan Rice has basically been making some big-time cuts as well. And Brendan Rice has something to prove for after being taken in the late round. His dad definitely fired up at that point where he is there and involved in OTAs, also involved in a lot of his mini camps and workouts, to where Brendan Rice wants to explode and be the best version of himself as a player. And this is going to be some exciting stuff, especially when they're shaping up the wide receiving core. So Brendan Rice has a lot to prove for and is definitely going to be a story moving forward for the Chargers, and especially for his career in the NFL. Also, Joe Alt has definitely been showing up in a bunch of spots as well for right tackle, left tackle, and a bunch of other spots as well in the offensive line. But as you can see, there's been a bunch of photos that has been taken where he has been matching up one-on-ones with guys like Bud Dupree, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa. And it has been going great thus far. Joe Alt has been showing off his abilities and capabilities of holding off a lot of these edge rushers, a lot of these defensive pass rush guys that are trying to get to the offensive line, getting to the running back and getting to the quarterback as a whole. Joe Alt is definitely showing off a lot of his playmaking capabilities and why he was very valuable to take him up at number 5. And so it's been helping out with the Chargers offensive line all throughout it. Trey Pipkins and multiple others been utilizing, at least in the interior side, to kind of give him a little bit more flexibility up on the line. Rashawn Slater, of course, looking his healthy best, and at the same time, still continuing to be a shutdown force on the left side for the left tackle spot. But there are definitely some other headliners as well. The one that has not been pointed out is basically what is going on with Junior Colson. Now, right now, they said that he basically was up and off the field, could be a potential injury, but not something too serious, as of course, being up in OTAs where they're without pads, so there's not a whole lot of contact, but hopefully we'll get some positive news by then. Hopefully not something that is serious, and we could expect Junior Colson back up in OTAs at no time. But defensively, guys have been playing up very well, especially with the new pass rush core. Bud Dupree being a part of this now with this big-time pass rush class with Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and Thule. he really has been matching up very, very well, and a valuable pickup, especially up in free agency. So it'll be very interesting to see how the pass rush group really does perform out in 2024. But the Chargers have definitely been kicking off to a really good hot OTA start. Of course, the thing that has basically been put around is Jim Harbaugh during OTAs. He has no music that's playing. He's got nothing that basically is going to distract any of these players. And so one of the big key things is why he has no music and whatnot is because he wants all of his players to basically be focused, strategize, and at the same time attack with sheer force, both offensively and defensively. So where everybody is all up on the same page is when you're focused, when you are ready, this is what is going to bring out the best for the Chargers moving forward. And this is exactly what brings out a lot of these players who probably were going into, slumps of their own from the past season. Or at the same time, these were guys that were basically shown as unproven in other teams. Now they're coming up into a team where they could show at least a lot of their abilities and capabilities, and to proving a lot of teams why they shouldn't have doubted them in the first place. And so that's where Jim Harbaugh and a lot of his strategies on how to prepare his guys, how to basically prepare this team to where it's going to be a huge upbringing moving forward into the season. But this is where it's going to be building confidence. It's also going to be building a lot of strength and quality character building as well for a lot of the Chargers players, and especially for the new rookies coming in. But it'll be interesting to kind of get a little bit more down the road, especially behind the scenes, how the Chargers are going to basically favor out, what the performance is going to be like, and especially too with depth charts with preseason going to be coming up soon. This is where the Chargers, they start up in square one, and how that they're going to basically work this through all before the preseason, and then the up-and-coming 2024 season will begin. That's all the news that we got so far, guys. If you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, hit the bell button for all the latest notifications on all future and past videos, and we will see you guys in the next video here on Charger Syndicate. Jake Silva signing off. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.